Hi, welcome back. This is A from High Fives High Vibes Tarot. This is your daily 3 card spread, past, present, and future. Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't resonate, that's okay. Perhaps tomorrow's message is the one for you. But I've always believed in synchronicity, so there must be something in here that you need to hear today. I apologize if I kinda take so long to shuffle because I usually take the jump cards. And sometimes I pause in between because English is not my first language, so please bear with me. Your current energy, the Chariot in reversed. What are you aiming for? You are having that grit and mastering the courage to go after what you want, no matter what it takes. This is what I'm getting, no matter what it takes. And you run the risk with that kind of energy. You run the risk of subjugating the gentleness of your soul just to get what you want. This could be something about your career. I could be wrong, but I don't have other cards here to support that, but I could feel that this is something to do with a career or something about your ambition. You could be a Capricorn, so you are ambitious as fuck and you are aiming for something, and try to kind of finding that balance between all the advice, the pieces of advice you are getting, balancing that polarity or balancing those opposite views, finding the right balance. But sometimes you could be moving just too fast without that careful plan, perhaps, or being confused about a situation that you would rather go for it no matter what it takes, even at the expense of something. Could be at the expense of your love life, could be at the expense of your pocket. Could be an expensive ambition. This is a major arcana card, and could also be a Cancer. You could be a Cancer born individual, and Cancer born individuals are the leaders of the water sign, and they would, if they want something bad, so bad, they would have that tight grip on that something, and they would do anything just to succeed. And perhaps you are coming from that space, and oops, those are too many cards. This wants to get out. Okay. In the past, you may have acknowledged that need for you to care for yourself, need for you to... It's that feeling of finally choosing yourself. Perhaps you have been overworking in the past. Wow, you could be a Capricorn. You could be overworking. You could be a workaholic and you are hardworking, persevering, that sometimes you fail to notice that you are neglecting your health, you are neglecting your self-care ritual. My eight of cups is always a card of self-love for me, leaving everything behind because you choose yourself. And while I have mentioned a while ago that this may have something to do with career, now I'm kind of thinking that you may have left somebody behind, a toxic person behind, or a work could also still be about work. Left a work behind, left somebody behind, because finally you are choosing yourself and you will do whatever it takes to succeed in saying yes to yourself. However, you run the risk of making those needless sacrifices, or just because you didn't have that careful plan, or you had the intention of you have that grit and you have the intention. There's some a vengeful, a spite vengeful energy around this motivation to go forward. So as I have been mentioning, you could be neglecting also, or you could be subjugating the gentleness of your soul just for you to succeed in this self-love journey. If ever you have left somebody behind, if this is something about your love situation, you left somebody behind who may have hurt you, or who may have extracted or drained much of your energy, you made that decision to move forward and you want it fast. Perhaps what the universe wants you to know is to take some time and to consciously allow that energy of healing to come to you at the right time, at the right pace, at the right time. You could be rushing it. So you run the risk in the future of being in limbo, of not knowing where to go, not knowing what you really want, being lost in that idea of, what am I doing this for? What is the intention? So perhaps the universe wants you to know, to set that intention. Why do you want to move fast? What is it for? Is it really for yourself, or is it for to avenge yourself? So there's a thin line between that revenge for yourself, that energy of revenge, and that forgiveness and doing things for yourself. If you do things for yourself and you have that intention for having that self-love, going through a self-love journey, it doesn't come from that energy of spite. It doesn't come from spite. It doesn't come from revenge. It doesn't come from that energy of flipping your hair and then wanting that vengeance. It doesn't come from that. Healing takes time, yes, and once you have decided to do so, you would realize that you have your own journey. You don't have to rush it, and you don't have to do it. If you have chosen to do it just to take that revenge, you run the risk of losing it everything in the future. And that is what this energy of the Hanged Man is all about. You could be thinking that you are in a journey of enlightenment, but because it is all for the wrong reasons, eventually you would lose that ground and you would realize that you're not doing it for yourself. So beware of those kind of energies, and this is the advice for you. Same energy as the Chariot, moving too fast, having that unbridled ambition but without the careful plan. This is having all talk, no action, or just talk, just action, and without a careful plan. Beware that you are, I kind of feel that sneaky and that controlling energy of getting passed through it through too much analysis, too much thinking, too much plotting, and without forgiveness. So know the intention, be clear about your intention, and perhaps if you would want to channel that ambition, that need to go forward and to go fast, be mindful that you won't lose your grounding, that you won't lose yourself in the process. You are already in that energy and you have already mastered the courage to choose yourself. And part of that self-love journey is not being too hard on yourself. You don't have to be too hard on yourself. Just consciously allow things to happen, allow healing to happen. You don't have to be very much up in your head and just pushing it and just planning. You're a smart ass planning your way through revenge, because in the future, as I have mentioned, you run the risk of getting all too confused and you don't know where to go. That feeling of limbo. What am I doing this for? You run the risk of asking yourself that question in the future. What am I doing this for? So perhaps that's a question you would want to answer right now before you start your journey. Healing takes time and you don't have to push yourself too hard. You don't have to rush it. So I guess I would have to leave it at that. Thank you for being here, and see you next time. Bye bye.